Hello, West Ham Network. It is Holly, and I'm here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 22nd of May, run in association with the brilliant guys at kumb.com. Let's jump straight into your headlines for today. Yes, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Welcome to the West Ham Network if you're new around here. And up first, the first story for today's West Ham Hammers headlines. West Ham are said to be lining up a £12.8 million bid for Vitória de Guimarães winger Jota Silva, a player who we have been linked with now for around a week and who some are referring to, as you can see why here, as the Portuguese Grealish. So with a relatively low price tag, the 24-year-old Portuguese player looks very promising, coming off the back of a fantastic season where he has had an almighty 22 goal contributions. So playing in 42 games in all competitions so far, Jota Silva has got himself 15 goals and 7 assists, which is very impressive. He's best suited to playing on the left wing, which is great news because that is definitely an area that we need to strengthen this summer, but he can also play on the right if needed or as a centre forward. Given that it looks as though Johnson is going to be leaving the club, it's always handy to bring in another versatile player, isn't it, who can just help out if we get unlucky with injuries in a number of different positions. But the question I have for you is, would you like to see him join at that price tag? It sounds to me like a pretty good, cost-effective option, but let us know your thoughts below in those comments. I'm interested to see what you think. Now, for your second story, Flynn Downs has helped Southampton to secure their Wembley spot as they are now set for the Championship playoff final, following on from a 3-1 win against West Brom. I am so excited to see what Downs could do back at West Ham, and I think he could be a really good addition back into the squad that we'd kind of forgotten about, and it isn't going to have to cost us a fortune, which is always a pro. I think it's going to be like a massive signing for us. That's how I feel. Might be completely wrong, but you never know. So he has made 36 appearances in all competitions throughout the 2023-24 season. No, 2020. Yeah, that's where we are. Trying to work out which year it is now. Coming to an end of what has been an incredibly successful loan spell. And if you would like to give it a watch, Southampton will face Leeds for a place in the Premier League on Sunday, the 25th of May with a 3 p.m. kickoff. Again, I just think Downs is a really, really talented player. And we're seeing now that he's at the top end of the Championship, playing really well. People have been saying how well he's been doing to the point where he's literally stood out in the Championship this season. So for me, there's no better signal that you're ready to play in the Premier League than absolutely smashing the Championship. And if they can make it up into the Premier League, then there you have it. He's of the calibre that we need. We should be bringing him back, using him and making the most of him and seeing what he can do for West Ham. But are you as excited as I am about the potential return of Downs? I've always been a little bit of a fan of his, and I think he could be good for us. But let us know what you think down below in those comments. And finally, Andy Irving has headed off on holiday, hoping to make his mark at West Ham at long last. And Austrian media has been talking about how much he is going to be missed over there after he has had what can only be described as the season of all time, which nobody really expected to happen. So we bought him for €1.76 million from Klagenfurt, but then loaned him straight back to the Austrian side. And at the time, it was one of the more confusing signings because we didn't know why we'd signed someone and given him straight back to the club he was coming from. But he is now on his way back to West Ham and has the opportunity to prove himself with the hopes of becoming part of the squad next season. And what better opportunity to do this than when you get a new manager? Fresh slate and all of that. So the midfielder was originally disappointed, saying he was really sad about not being given the opportunity last season. But there's no denying he has been working hard behind the scenes, having scored an impressive 9 goals and 4 assists in 28 league games. So he's going to be joining up with West Ham with the goal of impressing the new manager and securing his spot in our team. So there's no doubt there's going to be a very big summer for Andy Irving. But do we reckon he can make his mark in the Premier League? I hope so. Obviously, the Austrian League is very different, but another big opportunity for another player that has not yet had his chance to really show what he can do, or to show at all what he can do, in fact, at West Ham. So there you have it. Those have been your Hammers headlines for today. I hope that you've enjoyed. As always, hit that thumbs up button if you have liked the video. Don't forget to leave us a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the West Ham Network. Keep an eye out for kumb.com as well. And until next time, come on you Irons. Whoop, whoop. Have a great day all. Bye-bye.